Hey, it's me, Gene Farrell, back with another exciting tutorial for Cinema 4D. And today I want to show you two workflows to set up the Metalness-Roughness workflow in Cinema 4D. So right away here in Cinema 4D, I have prepared a small scene here. I brought in here my model from the, it is in the military force pack, I think, in the Unity asset store. And it's already UV mapped. And we have to create first. I want to show you to do that quickly. So I show you two workflows to set up them. One is the standard workflow and the other is the PBR, real PBR workflow. So first we start with a standard material. And as we know, Cinema 4D basically just supports the specular workflow. So all metal parts has to be in the color channel black. So first we load in here we bring in our map here. In this case, I load my image. In this case, I load here the add-ons color. So, but as you can see, everything is colored. So we need to force now the color channel to get the metal parts here in this color channel black. So for this, I create here a layer and then I load in my metalness map here, and first I bring it here onto my model, so as we can see it here. As you can see now, the metal parts are white here in this color channel, but the metal parts in the color channel has to be black. So first I have to invert this picture simply. As you can see now, the metal parts are black, and now I drag it beneath it, and because it is a black and white picture, we can use it as a layer mask. So it simply turn it to layer, switch it to layer mask. As you can see now, the metal parts are black. So this was it. We don't need to add here black color as background because it is everything black. So this was it for the color channel, and the next is in the reflection channels. So because we want this part, we have to steer it. So we turn this to Backman and simply adjust here the strength of the reflections. Either we choose here, this is the part for the non-metal. I call it non-metal. This is a reflection channel for the non-metal. Either you tell it here, oh, it is a dielectric material, so you can shrink it up. In my case, I use here none, so I can steer it manually a little bit. I can affect here the strength of the reflections manually. And maybe like this. And into my roughness channel, I simply load in here my add-ons roughness map. So this is the complete roughness. So now I have set it up for the reflections for my non-metal parts. Also here the parts are affected here, but for that we need to add another layer. Here is important that this layer is not here in add mode, so that it is in normal mode, because it should override completely the metal parts in the layer below. So here to force this layer just to affect the metal parts, we need of course to use our metalness map as mask. So I load in my metalness map. So you can see now just here these metal parts are masked out and is affected now. So but to get the color of the metal, we need of course load in here in the texture layer our our albedo map. And as you can see now, we have this brown metal, and also here in the roughness, our roughness map as well. And now we have set it up here completely, our PBR material. And to get a little bit more realistic, physical correct materials, we can here the Fresnel choose here, maybe this is a conductor now, and this is a chopper or something. So now we have really realistic material. To reduce a little bit render times, you can reduce here the strength maybe or something, or turn it off or something. So this is the first method to set up. It's a little bit faster than the next version I show you now. So okay, and now I show you the second approach. Is pretty it's pretty the same or similar to that, but it's the real PBR workflow as we know it here when we create a standard material and also here a PBR material. So I create, in this case, I could create a PBR material, but in this case I create now a standard material, and yeah, turn off the color channel here because everything in real PBR is happening in the reflectance channel. So and I call this now the albedo channel, yeah, and here I load in here my add-ons color. So this is the diffuse color, so I set it here to Lambertian diffuse or Linear diffuse, so one of these. So reflection strength completely, and maybe this speculum, and yeah, and then I need to add here a reflections. This is the reflections for the non-metal, yeah, reflection non-metal. So herefore I going to backman at the moment. At first I bring it here to the material and so that we can see it. Oh, sorry, this was the wrong thing here. So now everything is metal, yeah, because it's overlaying here. So, and because it is a reflection, I have to set it to add, yeah. So because we have non-metals, so what we now need is, yeah, because it's non-metal, we have two possibilities. Either we set it here to dielectric, so now we have here this reflections, or we set it to none, and yeah, shrink down here this color. This is so we can steer it a little bit better here, the amount of reflections we want to have. So maybe like this. And here I load in here my roughness map 100. So the downside is now we have metal is also here affected. So the next thing, we add another layer, so another metallic layer. So this is for the metals. Reflections, metals, like this. And herefore I need also here, of course, a texture map, because we need colored metals. There's a chopper metal, so I need also here the add-ons color. But because it's overlaying the other metals layers, so we need here don't do this add, so let it as normal the settings. So because it should override the maps below. So reflection metals, and here I need a layer mask because I want to tell just the metal parts to be to this channel here, to this layer. So I load in the mask and load in here the metalness. As you can see, just here it's dancing out, just here this part is now metal. And yes, this is all what I have to do. Okay, I have to bring in here the roughness as well, and like this maybe. Yeah, and so we also set it up here now, and also to make it look really realistic now, PBR, simply conductor and chopper, or oxide chopper. Oh my god. So yes, and now we set it up here also. So I bring here the material inside. So this was the first. So this was the non-PBR, and this is the PBR. Oh, here is something weird going on. I think it comes from the non-metal reflections. I think. Yeah, it comes because I used another thing here, so it's pretty. Now it looks pretty the same. So yes, yeah, you can play around a little bit. So Cinema 4D offers really cool settings here. Yeah. Also here, a little bit down like this. So these are the two workflows. Yeah, pretty the same. But I have to say that, of course, when you rendering the non-metal in a standard render, it renders a little bit faster, I think, than the non-PBR. It renders a little bit faster, 5 seconds. And when you go here to the PBR, real PBR, then it renders a little bit slower, I think. Yeah, it renders 3 seconds slower. So these are the difference in the appearance are really not visible, but in the rendering time with a standard, it's it's of course faster a little bit. Yeah, this was it from me. Yeah, like me, subscribe me, whatever. Goodbye.